And good evening, everybody. Welcome once again to another edition of BV Nation Radio. As always, I'm your host, J-Dub, coming at you live from the Cowboy Technology Studios here in beautiful Oregon City, Oregon, just off the end of the Oregon Trail. And this is our Season 3 finale. And join with me in studio, as always, my lovely co-host, Miss Mariah, the sexy girlfriend.
Oh, hey, everyone. Sexy girlfriend.
And the man, the myth, the legend behind the scenes, our producer and resident high-tech, the good old high-tech redneck himself, good old Josh. And last but not least, joining with us in studio, we have a very special treat. You know him from Pops Takes. It's the old man, Don himself. Good old Pops joining us for the finale.
Bullshit.
Yep, there he is. So, again, welcome everybody, and thank you to our friends and sponsors up at Eric's Armory and ericsarmory.com for all your shooting, reloading, and tactical needs, whatever it may be, whether shopping in store or online. Be sure to hit up our friends up at Eric's Armory and ericsarmory.com. Don't forget to... Oh, my goodness. Already?
Hey, Dean started it.
I imagine he probably did. But, and as always, please be sure to head over and check out our homepage of backwoodsvets.com, where you can find out all the latest and greatest of what's going on in BV Nation, as well as any events that, are coming up, any swag that we have to offer, even if it's just to catch up on your favorite shows, whether it be the Fence Line Country, Friday Night Debauchery, or even our flagship show here at BV Nation Radio, which we do have some programming announcements to come out here very, very shortly before the show is up. Also, we do have a raffle taking place right now, and we still have tickets available that you can only get the raffle tickets over on our website, and this is for an S&B watch set. It comes with the heavy-duty tack pen / glass punch, and I brought mine to show off because here's the watch itself. Outstanding heavy duty. I mean, Pops, check that out. I don't think that's pretty stout, isn't it?
Yeah, it's real stout. That'll last about anything.
Right. And then we got this guy right here, which is also tack pen brought to us by our friends over at SMB. Now, this is a set that I got from them, but tickets for this, it's an $80 value, but tickets for this run at $5 a piece on our website over at backwoodsvets.com. Is the only place where you can get them. We're only selling 25 tickets. Tickets are $5 a piece. So helping our friends right here over at the Fallen Outdoors. They're outstanding folks. It's a great organization. Please help us help these guys out. And we still have more stuff to raffle off this year, but we can't do it until we get these gone. So buy the tickets, and as soon as we get the tickets sold, we'll raffle it off. So come on, help us out, folks. I mean, I'm just saying.
Well, and help out the Fallen Outdoors. That's what this is going to really help out, is with these raffles we do.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Help us help these guys. And, we can't do that until you folks buy some freaking tickets. Come on. Anyhow.
Have you bought one?
I am not at liberty to say.
Okay.
So, anyhow. But, yeah. I mean, so with that being said, big thank you to our sponsors, and while you're here on our YouTube channel, please go down, hit the subscribe button, click on that little bell so you know when we go live with our show here on BV Nation. Actually, more about that to come, but when we upload new content to our page, you'll get the notification first out the gate. So anyhow, with that being said, Josh, we got some folks checking in already in the comments.
We do. We have Mr. Dean Cerny's first one checking in with us. How's it going there, brother? And we also have Mr. Richard Scow.
Oh.
Yo, brother.
Checking in.
So, yeah.
Right
little slow on the check-in so far, but
we have more watching.
That's right. There are more out there. We see you.
Yes, we know you're out there. So, anyhow, folks, please share the show out with us this evening. We do greatly appreciate your guys' support. Without your guys' support, we can't bring you the quality entertainment that we can here at the station. So, with that being said, we go right into our roundtable discussion, and kicking us off this week, since this is actually your first time sitting in studio with everybody.
Right. It's the first time I've been in the studio myself. I didn't even know where it was. Of course, you guys been moving around so much here in the studios for a while.
Yep.
But yeah, it's great to be in here with you guys.
And it's all going to move again.
Yeah, it's going to move again before next season starts.
Luckily, it'll just be
understand
down the hallway.
Yeah, I understand it's just going to be down the hallway a little bit.
Yep.
But yeah, it's great to be here with you guys, and especially your last show of this season. Looking forward to a great next season. And I'm sure we'll be doing some more of the pop steaks and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm trying to be halfway decent about it, but they tell me I get a little obnoxious about some of the political stuff. So
What?
we'll try and be careful here. But anyhow, yeah, it's great to be here. I'm back from a hunting trip and didn't have any luck, but I had a lot of fun. And I got to see a lot of people I haven't seen for years. So it's great to be here.
Absolutely.
We're glad to have you here, Pops.
That we most certainly are. And Mariah, what's going on with you? You've been kind of scarce over the last couple weeks as well.
Why do you say scarce? Because we haven't really seen each other.
Exactly.
I have been absolutely super busy with work and then getting off work and doing errands here and there, trying to get ready for the holiday seasons, what little ones we can have right now. Started some Christmas
Who
shopping.
says we can't have holiday seasons?
By God.
Brown stain. According, but anyways,
Yeah.
got a little bit of jump start on some holiday shopping. So getting ready for all that, and also been kind of deep cleaning some parts of the house. So
Nice.
yeah,
It's
not
good old
only at
fun.
my house, but
Yeah.
another
Oh,
house as
ours,
well. Yeah. So staying pretty
Which,
busy.
by the way, she's a shower scrubber with the best of them.
Wow.
Just saying.
I got to
Scrubbed,
take another hunting trip just to make sure she gets back in there.
scrubbed 2 bathrooms, top to bottom, showers, floor, everything. So other than that, looking forward to tonight's show.
All right. High Tech. What's up, man?
Hey, we're just getting her wrapped out here for the season. And like you said, we have a few programming announcements we will have for people here shortly.
Yep.
Been working on some planning with that. And, just kind of trying to get some different things in line you and I have been working on. So, it's been good. Of course, work has been busier than anything lately. Went to go take my rig in here to the dealership to get fixed this week.
Right.
And right before that, so I just had to work from home that day. And that morning, my laptop decided to go ahead and crap out on me. And so I'm sitting there like, all right, well, I guess I can't really work now. I can work from my phone and do, that much stuff. But I
Right.
can't do the system things and all that,
Right.
in our business system. And so that was a little interesting. Finally got it online at about, 5:30, 6 o'clock there Friday night and got it running again. But, that was some good old fun for the day there. But got the car all fixed up and then, we took a little trip down to hunting camp.
Yeah,
Down
we
to
did.
the coastal hunting camp and picked up the motorhome down there yesterday.
Yep.
So that was a nice
It was a
little.
fun little adventure.
It was a nice little road trip to take.
And the weather turned out to be beautiful out there on the coast
gorgeous.
yesterday. Oh, my God.
It was once you could see through the fog, on this side of the mountains.
Oh, yeah.
It was a nice little trip, and we got to see our friends down there. We were surprised to see them there on site.
Miss
So that was-
Connie and Shelley.
Yep, that was pretty awesome.
It took a good day to do that. You guys really picked the best weather they've had in a week.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That was a rumor, apparently. So, but, it worked out really well, because we got down there, like you were saying, Josh, and heading over the coast range, going out US 26, and it was completely socked in until you hit the top of the coast range summit. And it was crazy because you come out of the fog and then boom, sun's out, the fog was all cleared out, whatnot, drop down the hill the next gully. We hit pretty decent pockets, and then come up, hit the David Douglas summit, and then from there going once we hit the top of David Douglas, all the way down, the rest of the way, all the way to the coast, it was clear, sunny. I mean, it was gorgeous. It really was.
Hey, Mariah, what's going on with your car?
I didn't do anything to it this time.
Yeah, are you
This
sure?
time.
Yeah, was it not this last Friday, but Friday before? It's a week and a half ago. I got sideswiped in a parking lot, and all the person left was a note on my windshield that said, "Sorry, I hit your car."
No number, nothing.
No number, no
But
name, nothing.
But they left a note.
Yep.
On a napkin. Nonetheless.
writ-
It was like a
written on
Taco
napkin.
Bell napkin.
Says,
that they
"Sorry, I hit your car," and that's all they left. So
Huh. Fun.
I ended up taking it to the auto body shop and got it repaired.
Nice.
So, and the other funny thing was, not my car, but going down to coast to pick up the motorhome. Justin,
Yes.
you got kind of a weird surprise because Josh's daughter, Cassidy, and I were in the motorhome, and all of a sudden Justin hears a
Oh my
scream.
God! Yeah, yeah. I go walking back to your car to go. I think I was grabbing a set of gloves, so I go through and do one final check and make sure I had that in the motorhome for when we were dumping tanks and stuff yesterday. And I open up the car door, and right as I close the car door, I hear Mariah and Cassie. I hear this blood-curdling scream from the both of them
I think
inside the
Cassie
motorhome.
screamed louder than
I
me,
go
though.
bucking back over to motorhome. I'm like, what's going on? What's going on? Mariah, there's a mouse. Like, what? Apparently, when she opened up one of the drawers, this mouse literally ran up her hoodie sleeve.
like almost up to my
And
elbow.
then
I
turned,
think she had it up her sleeve because there had been a mouse in that motorhome since I got it years ago. All of
oh,
a sudden, now we got a mouse in there. I think she had it up her sleeve to begin with.
So
Well, I mean, we've seen there be a mouse, in Justin's bedroom before. So we were
Yeah,
thinking
but-
it
that
was
one
the same
shows
one.
up quite frequently.
we
with
started
us.
looking
It
through the
does.
motorhome then and figured out he had been in the bathroom, chewed on the bar of soap. He had gotten into all the towels.
He's
He'd
made
been up
himself
on
at
the
home.
dash. He's been through the whole thing.
Wow.
So
He's been
In a
making
week.
himself at home.
In a week.
Currently, there's mouse traps set in the motorhome,
Not even a week, 4 days.
and
Yeah.
it's pretty
Yeah, just
nasty.
4 days is all it took.
So besides deep cleaning houses, the motorhome's gotta be cleaned now.
Yeah,
Yay!
just saying.
I think Justin volunteered to do that one though.
What?
Yeah, you're gonna clean it.
Well, after all the hunting, and
I'm gonna
everything
have
else, it's
help.
due for a good cleaning.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. So, hey, Dean Cerny's saying in the chat, he says, here he is, and he can't ever get a hoodie.
Somebody was supposed to get with me on that and never touch base with me as far as what was going on. We have some logistics to work out.
Okay, let's make sure we got a note of whatever it is we need to take care of.
Yep, exactly.
So we'll get it taken care of there, guys. So, oh, look at that.
Oh,
we
wow.
got a few extra
Queen
people checked in.
DP finally.
So John Bright's here with us. We've got Miss Jade Lopez, the Combat Wombat. We got Carl Loomis, and we have Queen DP.
Jade says, does this mouse do tricks? I dub it Mr. Jangles.
Yeah, it did it trick. It ran right up Mariah's arm and back down.
Oh, it did
it's
something, man. Let me tell
crap
you.
out of me.
So anyhow, so I guess it's my turn now. So I ain't gotta explain my week for anybody because it's all been pretty well talked about here. One way or another, I've been involved with something. So, but we discussed here earlier, or we let you guys know that we do have some programming changes that are going to be coming to the station, and it's something we've been kind of dabbing at for the last couple months. Things are still final. Some of the kinks are still getting worked out as far as what's going to be what, but as you can see, John has moved on. He's no longer with us here on the show, so we're gonna be without him here this next season. Still love the guy. He's just got other stuff going on, so we wish him the best of luck. Also, Friday Night Debauchery is going away. Hate to say it, folks, but however, if you do pay attention to our Spreaker shows, I've had a couple guest co-hosts on the program from time to time, a couple of which being my buddies DJ Glenn and Alex from over there at the Hillbilly Highway, and you can catch their station over there on live365.com. And Josh, I don't know, did you have that logo up?
Oh, sorry, I didn't know you wanted it
okay.
up here, but it'll take me just a couple seconds.
Yep.
And I can have it here for you.
So, in turn, since Friday Night Debauchery is going away, unfortunately, however, we do have its replacement. And this show is going to be featuring yours truly with DJ Glenn and Alex. It's going to be called Rockabilly Radio. And it's presented by us here on Backwoods Veterans, as well as our friends over at the Hillbilly Highway. It is going to be on our Spreaker channel, and you can catch that every Friday night from 6 to 9 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. to midnight Eastern time. So that is going to be taking place after the first of the year. We're still trying to get our studio over there finished up over at Glenn's place. And I promise you, if you like country rock, southern rock, it's a combination of everything. It's more of a variety show like what FND was originally targeted to be, and it's going to be a good time. So this is our logo for it. Fence Line Country is moving. That one is actually, it's still, Backwoods Veterans still owns it, but it is going to be broadcasted over on their station. So they're going to carry that. Time-wise, it's still the same. So that's still going to be, well, actually, I take it back. It's moving back an hour. Instead of going from 7 to 9, it's going to be 6 to 8 Pacific. And that you'll be able to catch that over on the Hillbilly Highway show. And yeah, we still own it, but it's just moving to a different station.
And we'll have the website all updated with all that
Absolutely.
info, here soon. So,
and also, last but not least, BV Nation Radio. This thing right up here, or that way, yeah.
Here.
This is actually going back to its roots, and we're actually going to get away from doing the video and stuff like we have been for the last couple of years, and taking it back to where we started over onto the Spreaker app as well. And it's we enjoy doing the video thing, however, doing the audio side versus doing both the video side, this will allow us to bring you guys it'll give us the flexibility for one, and two, it gives us the chance to give you guys a more quality show versus a bigger presentation. So it's
feels so pretty. so pretty.
hey, John.
Hey, there he is. So, it's gonna be good. Yeah, I honestly believe it's gonna be good for everybody here.
It is. We go through a lot of trouble to do the video part, and in all reality, we don't feel the need to necessarily be in front of a video camera. It's actually something when we were with VRS we kind of got pushed to doing, and we didn't really want to do at the time.
Yeah.
But we did it, and then we've just kind of kept with it. So we're gonna just try to take this thing back to back to the basics. Now, that being said, we're still going to be doing video content through YouTube. So Pops here is got his own segment. He'll be doing a Pops Takes segment, full segment, on YouTube on video. So you guys will still have that coming at you. It won't be live. It will be an edited piece that we'll post. So
exactly.
And then we'll take segments from those and play them on BB Nation Radio. So
indeed.
So that's a couple of the different things. Other content pieces that we may do outdoors. We've done some how-to videos and different things like that.
That stuff's still going to continue to come down the line.
Yep. So we're hoping that by doing less video work here in the studio, we'll actually be able to spend more time and more labor, I guess, to put together those other things. So,
Yes.
hopefully it all works out, and all of you guys enjoy that show as well. And as always, if you guys have any feedback, always feel free to reach out to any of us and let us know, and we're happy to welcome those comments.
Exactly. And that's the thing about it, too, is that before we came to a final decision with how we were going to proceed on to season 4, we actually reached out to some of our viewers, some of our fans, and got their feedback as well. We wanted to get input from the ones that actually pay attention and watch a show, listen to our programming and things like that, to get their thoughts. And this is a culmination of our ideas, your guys' ideas, and trying to figure out which direction we're going to go to give you guys the best programming that we can. And that's our ultimate goal, is because we want to be able to give you guys that best show, not just to the military and to our veterans, but to their family members and to those that thrive within the communities around our service members. So with that being said, that's how we came up with this direction that we're going to be taking here after the first of the year. So
just because we're making changes like this and everything, don't feel like you can't reach out to any of us still.
Oh,
we're all
absolutely
still
not.
here no matter what. Even if it's a fan just reaching out to talk to us, or if you have any input on what you'd like to see or anything, please reach out to us anyway.
The one thing that I'm actually excited about with this whole thing, Pops, with him getting your own video segment, with that coming up.
How's that make you feel?
I'm kind of excited about the idea. I have had some of my doctors and nurses and everything comment on that because of my opinionations and stuff like that I should be doing something like that.
Yeah.
So I decided, okay, you guys talk to me. I think I'll give it a shot and see how it goes. I do want to let everybody know, though, if you have a topic or something that you would like for us to comment on or talk about, if you let BB Nation know, BB Nation Radio, Josh or JP here, any of that.
JP, wow.
JB.
Whatever it is. Let Justin.
Thank you, Mariah.
I said, I've got some other names for him, too.
What would those be?
We don't want to know right now.
Anyhow, yeah, if you contact them or Mariah, any of them, they'll get it to me and we'll put that on our next show or as soon as we can. So keep that in mind, and we're going to try and make this a bang-up thing all the way around.
There we go. All right. So that concludes the updates so far. So for what's going on for 2021. Hopefully it doesn't turn into hey, 2020, hold my beer, watch this shit.
Hey, don't talk about that.
Hey, I just saying. It's wouldn't surprise me so far. So anyhow, with that being said, thank you everybody. We do appreciate it. And yeah. So Josh, let's get to it, shall we? This outdoor segment is brought to you in part by Eric's Armory. And now for your outdoor segment host,
Here's Johnny. How neat is that? That's pretty neat.
did I say Johnny or Donnie?
Maybe I should have said Donnie.
That wouldn't be the first time somebody's called me that.
Well, I mean, you did call him JP, so.
Yeah, I know. Where did JP come from? Anyhow, as the man once said, we are moving right along. So,
moving right along.
Right? And someone's got the vibrations going. High tech's like, sorry, my bad. Anyhow, so, all right. So this first outdoor article comes to us from our friends over at Outdoor Life. And this one right here, it's an older article. It's from last year. But I do believe it still holds true. Best bolt action rifle bargains. So, and this is at less than 600 bones. So this is an affordable kind of deal if you're in the market. So, and starting things off, we're going to kick off with the Remington 783 synthetic. And this one here says the concept of annual... Yeah. Okay, never mind. I messed up. So anyhow, if you think you cannot get a good shooting and reliable bolt-action hunting rifle for about $3, you're wrong. The Remington 783 has a high nylon fiber content synthetic stock, the Crossfire trigger system, and a three-round or four-round detachable magazine. It's available in 11 popular chamberings, all the way from 223 Remington to 300 Winchester Magnum. A version with the factory-mounted and bore-sided 3 to 9 by 40 rifle scope is available for an additional $45. Now you got me reading like Mariah all of a sudden.
Yeah, what the hell?
I have
What's
no
wrong with
idea.
you?
Now watch, she's gonna be spot on during Dummy of the Week.
You getting the death stare?
I'm sorry.
Your lucky Pops is sitting between us tonight.
What? Never mind. Anyhow,
Oh,
next,
you've ruined me.
next one is the Savage Axis 2 XP. Continuing their long history of offering a lot of gun for the money, the Savage Axis 2 XP is a fantastic value. Their rifle comes with a highly regarded AccuTrigger button rifle barrel and a detachable magazine. It's available in 10 chamberings from 223 Remington to 30-06 Springfield, and even includes the 280 Ackley Improved. But just like on the late night infomercial, this deal gets even better. But wait, there's more. The rifle also comes with a factory-mounted bore-sighted 3 to 9 by 40 Bushnell Banner rifle scope. Number 3 on this list. This one's near and dear to my heart. Oh, wait, that's probably because I have one. It's a Thompson Center Compass. And there's a lot to like about the TC Compass. It's available in 6.5 Creedmoor and 10 other chamberings with either 22 or 24-inch barrels that are ideally suited for everything from prairie dogs to moose. The Compass has a 3-lug bolt, a 3-position safety, a user-adjustable trigger, and 5R rifling is standard. As far as your wallet is concerned, the Thompson Center Compass will help you find your way back to 1979, where this rifle would have sold for about $160. Average retail on this firearm is $399. It's a pretty good price for that. Next one is the Ruger American. And this rifle changed the way the American hunters looked at bolt-action rifles. Its ergonomic, lightweight, synthetic stock combined with Ruger's Marksman adjustable trigger is more than enough to justify the price tag. Add in one-piece 3-lug bolt, the patent-pending power bedding system, and a cold hammer forged barrel, and you can see why these rifles don't stay on dealer shelves very long. Retailed at $489. Next one is Ruger American Ranch Rifle, and this actually retails for $529 on the average. An adaptation of the very successful Ruger American Rifle, the Ranch Rifle feeds from a detachable magazine and is available in 5.56 NATO, 300 Blackout, 7.62 by 3.9, or the pig-busting, straight-wall cased 450 Bushmaster. Damn! The Ruger Marksman adjustable trigger is standard and suppressor-ready barrel. Threading or beastly muzzle brakes are optional. Perfect for farmhands, young hunters, or even professionals. It weighs in at a scant 5.5 pounds.
Wow, that got all sorts of screwed up.
Yeah, apparently. Anyhow,
There we go.
moving right on along, the Howa Hogue rifle. And this guy goes for, on the average, about $529. Available in 10 chamberings with 22 or 24-inch light, standard, or heavy barrels. This rifle is built on the famous dual-locking lug one-piece bolt, Howa 1500 action. A 2-stage hacked HACT trigger is standard, and so is the Hogue over-molded stock with its soft and comfortable non-slip grip. The rifle is also adaptable to the Howa 5-round or 10-round detachable magazine drop-in kit, which retails for an additional $69.
You know, the way you said that, it makes me think it should be a rainbow stock. Just saying.
As Josh says, hey.
Oh my God. Thompson Center comes in once again with their Venture Compact, which average retails for $537. This rifle offers the same guaranteed MOA accuracy of all Venture rifles, with a more ergonomic design for small stature shooters. It has a 12.5 inch length of pull, but comes with a 1 inch spacer for large stature hunters. It is chambered in 223, 22, 250, 243, 7mm odd 8, or 308, which are perfect options for predator, varmint, or big game hunting. It feeds from a detachable magazine, has a 2-position safety, and weighs only 6.5 pounds. Next one up is a Winchester XBR composite, which average retail is $549. This rifle is offered in 18 different variations, but for hunters who are looking for a lightweight, affordable rifle, the compact model is where to start. A Packmare decelerator pad, MOA trigger system, bolt unlock button, and a detachable magazine are standard features on a rifle that weighs in at just 6 pounds, 12 ounces. This little gem is available in 7 popular big game chamberings, including the 6.5 Creedmoor and the hard-hitting 325 Winchester short mag. That is, yeah, that's a wallop in that small of a gun. Just saying. Next is a Howa Mini Action Rifle. This guy retails on the average for $579. This bundle of compact sweetness is available with an action that's perfectly sized to the 223 Remington, 6.5 Grendel, or 7.62 by 3.9. It feeds from detachable magazine, has a 3-position safety, and a 20 or 22-inch barrel. And all this is fitted to an HTI synthetic pillar bedded stock. The Howa Mini Action is an ideal walking around varmint, coyote calling, or medium game rifle. And next one up is the Mossberg Patriot for $584 on the average. Out of the box, this walnut stock rifle has a user adjustable trigger and a fantastically reliable and lightweight detachable magazine. Add a fluted, button rifled, and free floated barrel and a spiral fluted bolt. And it's amazing that this rifle can be had for less than $600. The Patriot is available in a variety of configurations for the most popular big game hunting cartridges up to the 375 Ruger. Yeah. End of article. Those are actually some, I'm actually kind of surprised that some of those rifles go for that cost, honestly.
Yeah, it is pretty surprising. But, for me at least, I can't shoot. I really can't carry around out in the woods a synthetic stock hunting rifle. It just doesn't work for me. I don't know what it is. It's just something about how I grew up and how I grew up hunting and all that.
Right.
Mind you, I also have the same weapon that I grew up hunting with.
That's fair.
Same here.
Yeah, the Winchester Model 70 though, that is in a 0.6. That is to me the gun to hunt with. For me, of course, Pops and his 7mm.
I say Pops has a couple here.
Yeah. Pops and his 7mm and all that.
Now you tell us a little bit about what you got. Now you actually have one in your collection that you got for a screaming bargain.
You must be talking about my bar.
You
got to be talking about the bar.
Would I be discussing something as such?
Browning automatic rifle, 308 caliber, and I got to tell you something. It's got it's more of the bar is almost a carbine model, and it's fantastic when you're hunting the coast or someplace like that where you haven't got a whole lot of room to pick your rifle up and shoot it.
Right.
But it's got a 2x7 Leupold scope on it.
Yep.
That rifle has killed more animals by my wife, Pat, Jeremy, another grandson, myself, when I get to use it.
Yeah, I was gonna say when everybody else isn't taking it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
That's like everyone's top choice to use.
But it's in a 308 caliber, which is a very, very good caliber for the kind of hunting that we do. And every rifle I have fires home loads, hand loads, no factory loads in any of them.
Yeah.
And they're very, very accurately done. So that
it's funny too that you mentioned about the accuracy and everything else. So yeah, and it's funny because your 308 bar, your Browning 308, it's a mid 80s model, but the funny thing about it is Dean Cerny makes a comment. He's like, I have guns that I've hunted with that are older than them pops, Winchester model 12, pump 12. So forth and so forth. But the one that you had before that,
Is that the one that was stolen?
yes,
Yeah.
which one?
Well,
the one that you replaced with the bar.
That was a Winchester.
Yeah, I would say that was a Winchester, was it not?
Right. And also I had a Ruger 44 mag carbine.
Right.
And they were back, they were 50s, late 50, early 60 models. So, yeah, I've got some, I had rifles that were, I had a 30-30 Winchester, the original, was it 94? I think it was a 94.
The Winchester 94 lever action.
Yes, except it was the rifle. It was a long barrel Loctite rifle.
Oh, wow.
And that was very accurate at up to about 300 yards.
Right. Now, what's funny is that we talk about with how affordable a lot of these guns that are, these rifles are that are on this list. Why don't you tell folks about how you were able to get your hands on that Browning? Because nowadays that very gun goes, that's about, in all honesty, it's about a $1,500 rifle.
Just bare,
If you were to find it.
bare without the scope or anything else,
Right.
starts at 12.
But
If you can find it.
but with when you got it, tell that story for our folks right here, since
you
this
really
is
wanna
outdoor
know.
related.
All right, that starts out, like we said, all my rifles and everything, my hunting gear and everything. One night when we were at the hospital with a grandchild, somebody broke into the house and stole all my weapons.
Right.
Everything from my K-bar, Marine Corps K-bar, all the way up to, I had a long Tom 12 gauge. I had a 16 gauge.
Right.
And then I had some, anyhow, one of them was the Winchester, and it was a 308 model. I guess, yeah, I think it was 308 model. Anyhow, it was a carbine model, and it was semi-automatic. Anyhow, I went down to the store, down to Larry's Sporting Goods, no longer there, and I found this used one that was exactly like the one I had. And the guy behind the counter, he told the manager and him both said that they would guarantee that rifle to be a good rifle. Well, it was just right before hunting elk season, and I got ready to go, and I took it up to a gun shop that I knew, and he had a sighting table tunnel underneath his shop. Well, he went down to sight it in for me, and he come back up, and he said, it's got a problem. I said, well, what's the matter? He said, well, it won't eject. Had so many rounds fired through it that the chamber was concave, it just, the bullet swelled up and wouldn't come back out unless you took something and knocked it out.
Jesus.
So I took it back to Larry's Sporting Goods and told them about it. And they said, well, we can't get you a new barrel for it until such, all that. And I said, well, you're going to have to replace this. You guaranteed it. And I want a semi-automatic. And I want it in this caliber. And the guy says, well, I've got one. He says, I'll let you look at it and see what you think. Well, he brought out the bar.
Nice.
And I had only paid $300 for the original one.
I love this story, by the way.
Yeah.
I talked to the guy, and he says, well, I can't, not without extra, you have to pay more. And I says, no, you guaranteed that rifle, and it's no good. And so I said, you're going to replace it. Well, that's the only one I have in the house. And I said, well, that one will do just fine. He says, I can't do that. So he actually, Larry himself was on the floor.
Yeah.
or in the building. He called him down there, and Larry looked at him. He says, "You guaranteed the rifle?" He said, "Yes." He said, "Let him have it."
Nice.
So I had him mount that 2x7 Leopold on it, and that's how I ended up that thing for $300.
Wow.
That's crazy.
yeah,
And what was
that
the
is
price
awesome.
tag on it at that point in time? Wasn't it
So-
like 8 something?
Yeah, it was about 8.5, right at 8.5.
Yeah.
You stole that thing
Hey.
legally. You legally stole that gun.
Man guarantees something, just like me. If I tell somebody I'm guaranteeing something, I back it up, no matter what I got to do to take care of it.
Absolutely. Say what you mean what you say.
Exactly.
By God.
So yeah, that's how I ended up with that one, and it's been one of the favorite hunting rifle of everybody in the family, I think, including some of this outside family of the ones we call family that are just like family.
Right? Exactly.
We have quite an extended family, as you might know.
I do know.
You should. Here's how you're part of it.
Exactly.
I was going to say, yeah, you of all people should know.
That I do.
So-
That I do.
Well, thanks, Pops, for sharing that with us. We do appreciate it. And that's all the time we have for the outdoors segment this week. So thank you guys once again. Thank you to our sponsors over at Eric's Armory and ericsarmory.com. Moving right on along to our next segment, which happens to be a lot of your guys' favorite and mine, in all honesty. And you're going to get a whole lot more of it come up next year. Josh, spin it. We hope you brought the aloe and sunscreen.
Bullshit.
Because these takes are scorching hot. Now, get ready for some raw,
You want it raw?
gritty, and unfiltered takes from the old man, Don himself.
She can't say the truth because it does makes her look like an idiot. Because that's what she is.
These are Pop's Takes, right here on BB Nation Radio.
Bullshit.
Which, by the way, high tech, I like the background photo that you chose for this.
I thought you might.
Hey, it's elk camp.
That's right.
Works for me.
I
So,
figured.
Best time of the year.
exactly.
Absolutely.
That was a very cold morning.
Yeah, it was.
Oh my God. Everything was frozen, including all the water jugs. There's now like a 15-gallon ice block.
Yeah. Yeah. I had a couple 7-gallon ice blocks and,
Yeah.
plus a, I don't know, 65-gallon ice block or whatever the hell the tank on the trailer is.
Right? Oh
Hey,
my God. It was
At
crazy.
least there you didn't have to worry about walking into somebody every 10 feet.
No, we
That is
certainly
very
didn't.
true.
We actually came across not nearly as many people as we thought we would.
No.
Out of the 800 tags that were issued for the unit, I figure we maybe came across 50.
I would say maybe 50.
Yeah. So
So, and the best part about it was, yeah, they still had tanks left over for that hunt. So
they did.
they had a lot of tanks left over. They only issued
we
out
didn't-
like half.
Yeah. But we didn't fill.
Yeah.
Damn
No,
it.
I know. Don't. Hey, so Pops, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing better than I have been for a while.
It is actually really nice to have you in studio for us to be able to do
Well,
this
it's
now.
kind of fun. But, it's been an interesting week with this elk hunting and everything like that. I've seen a lot of, years ago we used to have quite a few people come up from Portland and stuff to hunt the area where I do.
Right.
But I've never seen anything like this this year.
Yeah,
you couldn't turn around with walking into another hunter.
no.
And what it was with all the fire danger and everything that people have had, all the got burned out of their tags by the fire and all that, and then with the COVID and everything, why everybody just they turned in their tags and everything for coast elk hunt.
And it's funny too because we actually, friggin' a family member of ours, he wound up because the area where he usually goes and bow hunts, he couldn't hunt
Right.
because of all the fires and everything else. So what did he wind up doing? He's like, you know what? Yeah, I'm just gonna swap this tag out, and because he bow hunts, and he wound up swapping it in for a rifle tag and wound up going in with you
Well,
down there at the coast.
I think the reason he took that area was just because of somebody wanted to go with me and be with me so I could get out and hunt a little bit.
Right.
As you know, I had that health problem with my heart and all that. Wasn't able to go down with you guys over to the east side, so
Right.
I was able to go down here locally and do some hunting. And him and my grandson, two of my grandsons and my son-in-law went with me to make sure I had plenty of help. And
I was out there the first morning.
Yeah, you got out there the first one, but you got kind of get called to work.
Yeah, don't even get me going on
Hey.
that. But still, though, besides, it was crazy just with how many hunters were out there.
Oh.
I think I saw like 3 rigs. I saw about 4 times within about a 3-hour time frame. They're sitting in the same area that drove by me, and I'm sitting in the pickup watching, glassing over these cuts and stuff, going, "Are you?" I just seen you go by,
Yeah.
but really, that's how it was all morning.
Well, where we used to camp down in the meadows down there, it was like tent city. Of course,
Yep.
As usual, in the rainy weather like we had this time, everybody was hunting on the first day. Then the second day, there was a lot of them still sitting in camp.
Mm-hmm.
And on the third day, they all packed up and went home. Or a lot
Right.
of them did.
So I have one question for you. So we reported here on this show, here, matter of fact, over this last summer we talked about it. Fish and Wildlife, they actually were talking about making a lot of things over on the east side, particularly for the bow hunters, doing it controlled. For doing control takes
Right.
instead of general hunt. That was supposed to be put on hold. Oregon Department of Fish and Wildlife just released their big game hunting synopsis. Originally, those are supposed to be held off until 2022. Guess what they decided to do?
They're doing it now,
Yeah.
this next year. Yeah.
Are you really surprised by this at all?
No, I'm not surprised a bit. For one thing, because of the fire loss and everything like that, and the hunting areas that were lost because of the fires,
Mm-hmm.
they're trying to cut down on the hunters over there and the people in the woods.
Well, do you think it's a combination of that, or do you think that they're also, and this is going to sound really bad, but it's true because you see it more and more often, is that you see biologists now becoming more like politicians, and the politicians are now running these wildlife management organizations?
It's
And
all
you think
politics.
think it boils down to the bottom dollar?
It's all politics anymore, it seems like.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have a clue as to what's going on. I mean, you take these forest fires we've had.
Right.
Now, you never used to have those because the forests were controlled and they had to proper management. Then the environmentalists and all these others came along and they got the politicians involved and got them in the positions where they were in charge. And what do? They didn't let them manage the forest. They just let it grow and make a mess. And if you did cut something down, it had to lay there. You couldn't take it out. You couldn't use it for anything. So what happens? Down the road, we start having fires. And they try and blame it on climate control, but climate control's got nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with the climate. The climate's following the same procedures it has for centuries. It goes in cycles. Plus the fact that we got a little bit of a change in our weather patterns because of the fact that the Earth got knocked off its axis by 2 degrees a few years ago. And when it did, guess what?
Guess what? Your climate's going to change because you're no
changed.
longer sitting in the same spot as you previously were.
Equator is not in the same spot anymore.
Was that an asteroid hit?
No, it
No.
was those
It's,
series of earthquakes around the Pacific Rim.
Right.
Oh, okay, yeah.
All starting off with the big one that they had in Japan, that 9.0 or whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
And it just triggered a bunch of different ones around the Pacific Rim along that tectonic plate. And the end result of that, it was determined that it actually tilted the ship's axis by 2 degrees.
Well, see, now, politicians and environmental law, they don't want you to realize that. They don't want you to bring that up, that the Earth's axis has changed. They say, well, that don't make any difference. Well, it does make a lot of difference because it changes the position of the Earth to the sun.
Yep.
Duh.
Yep.
Now, what's that going to change?
Just a little bit.
I know I had a little science and everything when I was in school, but I'm not a renowned scientist or biologist or anything like that. But I do have common sense enough to realize that changes things. And so we have to go accordingly. But improper management is what destroys everything.
Yeah.
I don't care whether it's the animal life or the fish life or the rivers or the woods or forests, whatever. Mismanagement destroys things.
Sure.
You mismanage your life, you destroy your life, right?
Very true.
Yeah.
So they've got to let the proper people that know what's going on manage these things. And until they do, it's just going to get worse.
So do you think the proper people are stepping up to volunteer to do that, or not necessarily volunteer but apply to do that?
I think they try, but they don't get anywhere. They're not politically correct, so they can't get anywhere.
There you go.
Yep.
And you got to forget about politically correct when it comes to some things like managing the forest or whatever, and worry about the forest and what you're going to do. Because what is more politically correct? To mismanage the forest, not do anything about it, so you have the forest fires and destroy people's lives, ruin their homes, kill people, or let them manage the thing, make use of the lumber or timber or whatever you want to use, and make use of those to improve lives. Now, what makes more sense?
I think I would go with the latter option.
Yeah. No, I
But they don't
absolutely
let 'em do
agree.
it.
You know, the as far as with the wildfires, that you brought that up, you know, the that large fire, the Beachy Creek or whatever it was actually, to my understanding, started as like a 10 or 20 acre
Burned for is smoldered for like close to 2 weeks as a 10-acre fire.
Yeah. It was very, very small.
Right, I was trying
And,
to chime in here.
What?
I believe Lionhead's one started like that too. It's very small. And
That's basically what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Is the fire that was down there, and so they, but the mentality of firefighting now, wildland or forestry firefighting at least, is if it's not threatening structure or life, to let it burn because that's nature's course. What do you think about that mentality?
I think it's wrong. Do you realize that the Indians back in the 1700s, the original tribes and stuff,
Well,
used
even
to do
before that
burns.
time.
They did burns to control the forest.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, give me a break. Doesn't that make sense? You look back, they say, well, we didn't have the fires years ago. Well, that's why.
Fire's always been a natural part of the ecosystem.
Exactly.
And that's what a lot of folks seem to forget.
The thing with that is that it can be a natural part. You can, control things to burn and let them burn, and that's fine. But when something is just sitting out there just wild or whatever,
Right.
and then all of a sudden you're going to have these huge windstorms come in, which is what blew the entire thing up.
Yep.
That's essentially, that's not 100% of the reason of loss for all those properties and everything, but essentially that is a huge reason for
contributing
a big
factor.
part of that.
Well,
but
even when they do thinning the forest area, instead of doing clear cutting or something like that, they
Yeah.
do thinning. And even that, because they take out the underbrush and the things like that, it cleans it out and keeps it from having fires.
Yep.
And it gives the animals feed and everything else, just because it grows grass and everything else. They just don't let them do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I get a little irritated about, as you can tell, I get a little irritated about these people thinking that they're doing us a great favor by not taking care of our forests. And
Well, you
let-
got to have a dog in the fight for this one too. I mean, aside from being the avid outdoorsman that you have been your whole life, you know, you also grew up in pretty much in the paper industry as well, between your dad and your brother
right.
and things like that. Because that's what Grandpa did
Well-
when he moved out here. He worked in the paper mills just down here at Willamette Falls for publishers.
Well, he worked at publishers down here for years and years, from 47 to 84, I think it was.
When he retired.
My brother worked for him till he retired, and he worked in the timber department. So we understand about the timber management on all the timberlands that Publishers Paper Company owned,
Right.
and he was a chip shop. He sold chips that they took off the trees and stuff like that to the different places, and he just, you know, I understand what timber management's all about. And one, I guess I was, 12 years old, 11 years old, 12 years old, when after they had the big fire out there in Tillamook.
Oh, the big Tillamook
Tillamook
burn.
burn.
Yeah.
When they got all cleared up, was it 2 years afterwards, we started planting it. Us kids in school would get on school buses on Saturdays and go up and plant trees
Mm-hmm.
and help bring the forest back.
Yep.
You think they'd let them do anything like that now?
Oh no.
Hey, it's cruel and unusual punishment just to have kids go out and pick berries.
Right. We used to with the Boy Scouts. They used to have us go to
Right.
do the planting trees and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know how much of that is done at all anymore by volunteers or whatnot. I do know there are some some different tree organizations wherever, and they're planting tree sort of things, and they go and they do
Yeah,
reforestation.
They do reforestation, but you know what? Who does most of it now?
The loggers.
Prisoners,
Oh yeah.
state prisoners, county
Yep.
prisoners. They do that to get them out of the jail for a while, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
They-
there's that
they
over
volunteer.
here. There's that South Fork prison camp that's down that way. Down Highway 6.
Right.
So.
Yeah, so they try and do some good, but they don't let them. Now, even your private forests and stuff like Weyerhaeuser and all them, they have to get authorization before they can cut trees down or whatever on a area.
Really?
Absolutely.
Huh. And it didn't it used to be open though to that, right? Didn't it
Yeah.
used to be that they
It
just
u-
keep
it-
cutting,
was-
whatever, and
Yeah,
wasn't it
the-
early 2000s or something
Yeah,
like that, and
yeah.
they changed that?
About 2003.
Yeah.
But they would they'd clear cut it, and then they'd get rid of all the underbrush, stuff like that, and then usually took 2 years, and then they'd go after that, and then they'd go in and replant it.
Hmm.
And every year when they replant it, they keep working at with experimental stations and stuff like that, experimental plantings, and making the trees grow faster and all that. One problem they've had though is that when they make the trees grow faster, they have a problem with the trees being as strong because the faster growing trees, the rings in it that they get from the years of
Yeah.
growing on
Right.
are wider. They don't have time to really bind up. They're too thin.
Yeah. And I'm sure the roots don't grow as
Yeah,
deep or anything as
right.
well either.
It
So
just- Yeah, it just they don't grow strong. They grow big, but they don't grow strong.
Well, that's why a lot of times when you're down the coast and you see a lot of these timbers and stuff, especially when we have a bad windstorm or something to blow through, you can definitely tell what some of the actual older growth is down there, because you can have 100-foot timber down there, that's about 6 foot around, and we get a good windstorm that'll blow through, and it won't even budge. I mean, yeah, the tops will sway around or whatever, but yet you go down closer to like Highway 26 or something, and you'll see entire timbers the same size right over on their sides, or the top halves are just snapped off.
Well,
And their roots are just shallow. I mean, it literally looks like someone just took the base of it and just laid it right over, roots and all.
you have to remember that all those trees in there along 26,
Mm-hmm.
they're not old grass.
No, they're not.
That's some we planted.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
But that's what I'm saying. You go back deeper in the timber in some of the older growth areas, and you can see the ones that are true actual native timber versus what's been planted. And you can tell the difference just in the root systems alone when something like that happens, when you have those storms blow through. Mariah, you look like you got something that you want to chime in on.
Well, I was going to say, not only are the root structures shallow or anything, but that's also what holds the ground in place, so you don't have the mudslides with the winter, with the water and everything.
Yup.
And it just adds up and causes destruction.
Yep, exactly. So, well, Pops,
We need to move on.
yeah, we do. So, all right. So, with that being said, thank you, Pops. Do appreciate it. And we're going to go ahead and jump into our news segment. Go ahead and hit it there, Josh. Oh, you guys are going to love this one, especially you Army folks. Oh, you guys are going to love this one. So, this one comes to us out of military.com. Headline reads, Group wants to halt ACFT until the Army assesses whether it's fair to female soldiers. What?
Huh?
What?
Whether a fitness test is fair to female soldiers.
What? Hey, you know what? Before I even read the article, the only thing I gotta say is you wanted equal treatment from the Uncle Sam? You wanted into combat arms? You wanted this? You wanted that? Guess what? Here's your equal rights right here. And in the Army's defense, though, I do have to say, the way that this program, the new ACFT, the Army Combat Fitness Test, was originally portrayed out to be, especially as somebody that was in a leadership position, as it was starting to be transitioned in, their grading scale was supposed to go male to female. Then you had different age brackets like you had before. But then they were going to break it down even farther by your MOS, as far as your fitness standards and everything else.
We talked about this before.
However, after some further investigation upon reading this, that's not so much the case. In all honesty,
So did they just make it across the board?
they did make it across the board.
So the
No
one-
age brackets, no gender brackets, no MOS brackets. It is just one single standard.
Ours was. That's what our Marine Corps was back in the 50s.
So
Yeah.
an advocacy group for women veterans sent a letter to Congress this week urging lawmakers to stop implementation of the Army Combat Fitness Test, or ACFT, until the service completes an independent study of the new assessment's potential impacts on female soldiers. The Service Women's Action Network, or SWAN, issued a letter to the leaders of both the Senate and House Armed Services Committees requesting that they retain a provision in the fiscal 2021 National Defense Authorization Act that would halt the ACFT until an independent study is conducted, according to a news release from SWAN, a nonprofit or a national nonprofit group that advocates for needs of servicewomen and female veterans. The Army unveiled its plan to replace the current 3-event Army Physical Fitness Test with the more challenging 6th-event ACFT in July of 2018. It authorized all soldiers in the active National Guard and Reserve Force to begin taking the ACFT as of October 1. SWAN wants an independent study to assess multiple factors such as the probable impact of the ACFT on accessions and retention, the risk of soldiers' injury, and particularly its impact on the career prospects for women and older soldiers, according to the release. In mid-October, Senators Kirsten Gillibrand, Democrat of New York, and Richard Blumenthal, Democrat of Connecticut, also sent a letter to leaders of both armed services committees calling for a similar study to be conducted before the Army continues the ACFT. Gillibrand and Blumenthal say the study should assess whether the test is fair to both men and women and whether it sets unrealistic requirements for those serving in fields with fewer physical demands, such as medical personnel, judge advocates, and cyber specialists. SWAN officials described the precipitous, launch of the ACFT on October 1 as hasty, even rash, because too many otherwise qualified soldiers are failing elements of the test, according to the release. The premises undergirding the ACFT are that every soldier is a warrior first. The superior physical strength is singularly critical in battle, so is demanded of every soldier, no matter their MOS. SWAN officials said they believe muscular strength and endurance are necessary for success in battle, but other qualities such as ethical and mental capabilities are just as important. We are concerned that the considerable time and effort each soldier will have to commit to reaching and maintaining the high levels of strength the ACFT demands, especially over a career that spans 20 to 30 years, will reduce emphasis on other attributes important in combat such as leadership, trust, and teamwork, according to the release. SWAN also argues that less than 50% of women passed the ACFT in the third quarter of 2020, partly due to methodology the Army used to standardize the test. The baseline soldier physical readiness requirements study. The average requirement study participant was a 24-year-old male. Additionally, the study, which the Army claims is 80% predictive, included only 16 women, all volunteers with an average age of 23, according to release. Duh! That's because that is the majority of your age group within the enlisted ranks. Hello. Anyhow, a fitness test that is so clearly biased simply cannot move forward without further review from an independent study that assesses all possible impacts of the ACFT. Deshauna Barber, CEO of SWAN, said in a release, if not further review, the implications of implementing the ACFT can have irreparable damage to the diversity of talent in our Army. Major General Lonnie Hibbard, commander of the Central for Initial Military Training, which is overseeing the ACFT, said in 2019 that the Army was seeing a difference in failure rates between men and women taking the gender-neutral ACFT. But he added that he was confident the scores for both men and women would improve over time. When contracted by military.com, Army officials said the ACFT is necessary for the readiness of our Army. The ACFT marks a change in our Army's fitness culture and will result in a healthier, stronger, and more physically resilient force, according to a written statement from an Army spokesman. Before moving forward with the ACFT, the Army completed a year-long field test in late September 2019 that involved 63 battalions of active duty, National Guard, and Reserve soldiers. The October 1 start of the ACFT and a 6-month suspension of all fitness testing to prevent the spread of COVID-19. The scores that soldiers will receive will be for data collection only and will not count until 2022, Army officials have said. Guess what? They're diagnostics, guys. Get your ass in shape. I'm just saying. And when you see the standards coming up, okay. Anyhow, at first, Army senior leaders told, it's the last article. So the ACFT can still consist of 6 events: the maximum deadlift, standing power throw, hand release push-up, spring, drag, and carry, leg tuck, and 2-mile run. But the Army has added an alternative plank event for soldiers who struggled to perform the minimum requirement of 1 leg tuck. One. So here are the standards up here that Josh is bringing up on the screen. And it's kind of hard to read, so I'm just going to point it out to you as we go along. So down here on the very bottom, that bottom line, that is 60 points each event. That is the minimum to pass, to meet the standard. So for that, you have for the MDL or the maximum deadlift, 140 pounds. Oh, and you have to do it in 3 repetitions. 3. You get 3 repetitions to lift the max amount you can from a deadlift. And 140 pounds is the minimum. Next one.
That means you can do 20 pounds first time and 60 and then 90.
No. That is one lift. One lift.
Oh, you have to do it every lift.
You have to do it in one lift. That is the maximum weight.
Oh, and you get 3
on
tries.
that, and you get 3 tries. The higher the weight that you can do, that is what's going to count for your raw score. So, and to max it, 340 pounds for a deadlift. And next you have the SPT, which is the overhead throw. Basically, you take a 10-pound medicine ball and you have to lob it behind you up over your head as far back as you can. And this is in meters that they have it. 4.5 meters is how far you have to throw it to pass. You get 3 tries. Next one is the hand release push-up. Okay, for those of us as older dogs, down, up. That's 1 repetition. For this, you start on the ground, you push yourself up, you come back down, and you pick your hands up off the deck, basically, as you would say in the court. Pick your hands up off the deck and put your hands on back down. It used to be for a standard push-up, you could go down, but as long as you formed a generally straight line and your elbows, what we call would break the plane, that would be that would count, and you have to push yourself up. The front of your body could not touch the ground, because if it touched the ground, that was it. You're done.
What was the minimum
For this one?
for the push-up?
For the regular push-up, it used to be 42, at least for males at 18 years old, from 17 to 21. Mm-hmm. Minimum to pass was 42. Now it is 10 at a hand release push-up.
What? I could do that right now.
That's what I'm saying.
By the way, Pops, just so you know, the Marines still have a minimum of 42 for men. Just so you know. 18, just so you know.
Okay,
but it is 19 for women though.
I could still pass a test.
Now the SDC though, the
when I was
SDC
75 years old.
Yeah.
5 years ago, I could still pass the PT test.
I have no doubt.
The SDC is a little bit trickier because you have a sprint, a drag, and a carry. It is basically you're doing 25-meter shell runs. Sprint all the way down, you sprint back. Okay? That's the first relay. The second relay, you actually have a 90-pound sled that you have to drag behind you. You have to drag it down 25 meters, turn around, get it across the finish line, and drag it back. Then you have to pick up 40-pound kettlebells, 1 in each hand, and then you have to go down to 25 meters, turn around and run back 25 meters, drop it, and then you have to side shuffle. 1 way down, turn around, side shuffle 25 meters back. That is the SDC, and you have to complete that in 3 minutes. So, and then after that, you have the leg tuck, which is a minimum of 1. That is where you basically take your hands together as such. Never mind, no comments from the peanut galleries, because I know right where your head was going with that one.
Shake weight? Is
Yeah,
that what you guys had to
basically
do?
hold it shake weight style over your head on a pull-up bar, and you have to pull. It's how they judge your core strength, and you literally have to. Oh my gosh, Josh! You literally have to bring your knees up and touch your elbows with your knees while suspending in midair. Oh my God! No. No, wrong kind of tuck, Josh. I know you're probably used to that one being a Cowboys fan, but
So you're saying you have a pole, you have to put one hand this way and one hand this way up.
Yes, and you have to hang there.
Pole here and here.
Yes, you hang there, and then you have to pull yourself up and tuck your bring your legs up and hit your elbow with your knees.
And then release and do that again.
Yes.
Are you supposed to twist sides?
No.
Too? When you do that? No,
Nope.
just one side.
Just one side. There's actually this link that I sent put in here actually has a demonstration video of it. So,
Okay.
but you have to do a minimum of 1. And then your 2-mile run,
1.
yeah, you have to 1 leg tuck to pass. And then
I suppose a 2-mile run, they do that with no packs or anything else, right?
you're correct. Never has been.
Oh, yes, it has.
Not for the Army.
We had to have full packs and had a forced march for 3 miles. And you better do it in,
Okay,
20
I understand that, Pops.
better do it in 20 minutes.
I understand. Well, guess what? For the 2-mile run, what used to be as a 17 to 21-year-old, you used to have 15:54 to pass it in for your 2-mile run. You now have 21 minutes.
By the way, Pops, just so you know, the on the 18-year-old male Marine 3-mile run, it's 27 minutes 40 seconds.
Yeah, well, I said 28.
Okay, there you go.
So now if you were to try and max that fitness test for your MDL 340, overhead throw, you have 12.5 meters. The hand release push-ups, you have to do 60. The SDC is 1:33, 20 leg tucks in a 13:30 2-mile.
Now, I got a question.
Yeah.
How many people that pass that test would be able to withstand a 30-mile forced march in ice, mud, and full packs? And
Look, we
weapons
didn't
on?
all go through the freaking frozen like the frozen chosen like some of us here, okay? Eddie.
Hey,
Anyhow, so that is, that's the grading scale on that one. So, but the biggest takeaway from this is, guys, you had 2.5 years to prep for this test. Everybody knew it was put out from leadership, all from the top brass all the way down to the lowest private throughout the Army. I know, I was a part of that channel. I even put this information out to my guys. If you're just now catching on that this has to be done, you either failed your leadership or your leadership failed you. That's just straight up how it is. So get your ass in shape and get it done. I could pass this right now. And I'm way out of shape, not even going to lie. So anyhow, as a man once said, we are moving
Moving right along.
right on along. So with that being said, Josh, Dummy of the Week, yo.
I'll spell it for you. D-U-M-M-Y. Shut up, dummy. You big dummy. For every man, there's a woman. And for every dummy, there's a dummy. Dummy.
And now, your Dummy of the Week on BB Nation Radio.
All right, for your dummy of the week, I don't want to be this person. Just saying. Neighbor caught red-handed stealing DoorDash meal from 6'3", 245-pound NFL fullback and lived to tell the tale.
284.
I would say 284. How do you get 245 out of 284?
I don't know.
She's talking like you.
I know, right?
Do you want to read this since you struggle through the other ones, or do you want me to read it?
Go ahead.
Okay. When a delivery person drops off food at your door and you don't order it, what do you do? What do you do? Quite the conundrum. Particularly so you are starving and you've been eating nothing but struggle meals for months. The right thing to do is inform the delivery person and allow that intended recipient to enjoy their food. The wrong thing to do is accept the yum-yums and chow down on them, especially if you're snatching the food from a 6'3", 284-pound NFL fullback. On Wednesday night, Pro Bowler Patrick Rickard ordered a meal from Outback Steakhouse and it had been delivered by DoorDash. Much to his cringe, Rickard watched his dinner get delivered to the neighbor's house. Wow, my neighbor straight up stole my DoorDash, Rickard wrote on Twitter. Have a pic of it sitting on his doormat. Knock on the front door for a solid 10 minutes. Finally he comes and we talk. Already have my dinner on a plate. I would have grabbed it from him and be like, thanks. I mean, I get it. Free food just comes to your door. Why not? At the end of the day, just please be a good person and don't touch it. If it's not yours, it's not yours. the Baltimore Raven fullback said. He noted that he got his appetizer and dessert back, but not his entree.
Boo.
Let's hope he enjoyed his bloomin' onion and New York-style cheesecake drizzled with salted caramel sauce.
Oh.
He had me a New York cheesecake, not salted caramel. Luckily for the meal thief, Ricard is a reasonable man who doesn't get hangry and drop-kick the steak bandit. After talking it out, we're cool now, he tweeted. I have officially met my neighbor, so there's that. Ricardo Raven's teammate Ronnie Stanley presented a way for the meal stealer to make it back up to the bruising fullback. DoorDash and Outback Steakhouse stepped in and did the right thing and snagged some free publicity at the same time.
So, just real quick, DoorDash saw his post because they tagged DoorDash, and he says, "Hey, we're calling a foul on your neighbor. DMS for a replacement dinner on the house." And
Nice.
Outback Steakhouse also posted back, and he said, "Hey, can you please DM us so we can get that delivered for you?" You know? So,
Nice.
you know, both of them definitely were stepping up to the plate
Yep.
to.
And
take over.
DoorDash commented, hopefully this second dinner does not get intercepted.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, all right. Well, thank you, Mariah.
Do the right thing, don't steal.
By God. So, all right, guys. With that being said, thank you so much. Final thoughts going down the line for season 3. Pops, we're going to start with you.
You would start with me.
Yes, I
I've
would.
had so many thoughts after tonight, I don't know where to start.
Oh, you ruined me.
But you guys just keep keeping up, I guess. If you have any problems that you can't handle or you think you do and you need somebody to talk to, be sure and let one of us know. If you need to get in touch with me, you just come through J-Dub or Josh or Mariah, any one of them, and they'll get the message to me and we'll get together. I've been through a lot of it, so I can understand exactly where you're at and where you're coming from. I've been there. So anytime, any place, anywhere.
There you go. Mariah.
Where to start?
At the beginning.
We're looking forward to the next season, even with all of our changes. It's going to be great, I think, for everybody here and our viewers and everything. Also, it's cold. Stay warm outside and everything. Make sure to check your animals and all that. And have a safe Thanksgiving and a happy holiday season out there with whichever holidays you guys want to celebrate or anything. And make sure you keep eyes on the extra family members and at least touch bases with them. And we're always here for anyone.
High tech.
People, I have something to say. It is not yet after Thanksgiving.
Right? Right?
The Christmas decorations, the Christmas trees, and all that happy horse shit is not supposed to go up until after the bird is off the table.
Thank
Okay,
you.
I hate to burst your bubble.
Amen.
I hate to burst your bubble.
Pops has spoken.
Yeah.
But your neighbors.
Oh,
put
I'm
something
well
up.
What do
aware.
you think he's referring to?
Yeah, I'm referring to my neighbor.
Yeah.
My neighbor across the street decided to go and do that today. At least they finally fixed their gutter. That was good. But
Get the bird off the table.
yeah, birds are not off the table. I see all these people all up and down the street, all over the dang place, actually, setting up trees and decorations and all this. Guys, it's okay. You can wait just a few more days.
Yes,
It's just
a few more days is not going to
days.
kill you.
4 days.
Yeah,
That's it.
it'll be all right. So
Wait till Friday.
You won't be seeing me getting my decorations or anything set up until after that. Actually, it won't even happen right after Thanksgiving. It'll be the weekend after.
I would say it'd probably be Saturday.
No.
Nope.
It'll
Really?
be the weekend following.
The
It'll be the first
following
weekend
weekend.
of December because
He's
gotta-
out of town.
gotta go run with Andy down south. So
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, even Jade's like, yeah, my tree will be dragged out after Friday. See? I'm just saying.
Whoa, hold it. My tree will be dragged out. You mean your fake ass tree? So
What's wrong with that?
Oh,
We've had an artificial tree in our house for God.
I'm just
years.
saying. I know. I'm just saying.
Years.
I'm just saying. There's perfectly good forest right out there. Go cut one down.
They're all burned up right now.
Anyway, everybody have a very happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy it with your family. And make sure that if there's more than 6 people in your household that you officially call it a protest or a some sort of a sacrificial turkey or something like that. And
You're having a funeral.
Yeah, then you'll be okay.
Funeral for the gobbler. Got it.
Just say yes. We will be having a funeral at our house on Thursday afternoon about 3:00 for a very blessed turkey.
Well, the one I like is in Ohio. If you're getting married or anything like that, a celebration, no dancing and no singing. You can't sing.
Oh my goodness!
Wow.
It just keeps getting better and better, folks. So anyhow,
That's at the top of their list.
it has been a awesome year once again here on BB Nation Radio. It's definitely had a lot of ups and downs, that's for sure, but it's been a great time. It's been a great ride in our 3rd season here on the program, and we look forward to many more to come. Again, we'll be back after New Year's here on BB Nation Radio, and just take care of yourselves, take care of each other. 2020 is not over with yet, so who knows what's going to happen. But in the meantime, look forward to talking.
Shut your dirty mouth.
I'm just saying, dude, I got to throw it out there.
Be safe out there, everyone.
Exactly. Be safe. Have a blessed Thanksgiving and an outstanding and blessed holiday season. And we look forward to talking with you guys in the new year. So with that being said, on behalf of myself and the rest of the crew here at the station, thank you all so much for another outstanding year here on BB Nation Radio. Thanks to our sponsors up at Eric's Armory and ericsarmory.com. Once again, for all your shooting, reloading, and tactical needs, whatever it may be, whether shopping in store or online, be sure to head to our friends up at Eric's Armory and ericsarmory.com. I will talk to you guys on Tuesday night for another edition of the Fence Line Country over there on Spreaker. And in the meantime, have a great evening, guys, and I will talk to you all then. In the meantime, stay safe, everybody. BB Nation out.
This has been another episode of BB Nation Radio here on Backwoods Veterans Media.